Hi guys, this is Steven. I want to tell a little bit of a story.
I thought I'd give you guys a little story.
You know that Pastor Ricky and I, we were very close. We've been good friends for 11 years. We've walked through a lot of things together, both personally and ministry-wise.
I had been praying about a lot of different things, and what exactly is my place in the new church plant, and how we fit in and what we really need.
And a week ago Saturday, we met to pray about the future of our worship.
Stephen and I had been discussing several things that we needed to make decisions on pretty quick. And he and I kind of covenanted together.
We covenanted together to just pray every day, morning and night, and really pray about the future of our worship ministry and the experience and the atmosphere that we want to create.
So it's like a Tuesday, and basically just kind of going on the internet trying to find out different places to do ministry.
And then on Thursday morning, I was having my quiet time, and I just felt a really strong impression from the Lord that I should just ask Him about it and then leave it in His hands.
So I went out looking at different church plants and new churches that have started in Oklahoma City, and I ran across Steve Earp's page.
Thursday morning, I had my quiet time. I prayed. I said, Lord, I don't know what the answer is on this whole worship thing, but you know the answer, and so I just want to leave it in your hands, and I left it right here at this desk. I just walked away.
About Thursday came along, and I had sent a message to Ricky, just got a thing over the internet saying they were starting a new church and all that kind of stuff through Facebook.
I got this random email from this guy named Anthony.
Within about an hour and a half, I got a Facebook message from this guy named Anthony Allen.
Basically, I messaged him, and then I started looking on his wall. Facebook creeping, I think is what they call it now, and just kind of seeing what he was about and kind of seeing what the new church is about and everything like that. And I saw their guitarist and everything like that.
And he had done a search or something and found us online. He had read some about our church with our fan page and maybe some on our blog, watched a few videos, and I don't really know, but he did know quite a bit about us.
On a Thursday, it was just like told Steve through a message on Facebook that it was kind of a long shot, and just kind of laid everything out, what was kind of going on and where our hearts were heading. And basically, like, he messaged me within, I think, about 10 minutes and was like, hey, we need to meet face to face.
We talked back and forth, and it turns out he's been involved in college ministry, and he's been a contemporary worship leader for a while. Great young leader, very committed to Christ.
And so on that Thursday, like about 4:30 or whatnot, we met up at Panera Bread and just kind of discussed.
And we have a lot in common. He's really cool, and of course I'm really cool. I mean,
And it was just amazing. The mission statements and the way that he's wanting to take the church is exactly the way our ministry is driven, very mission-minded.
After about an hour and a half to 2 hours of just hanging out and sharing our hearts, we just really felt like there was something going on there, something brewing. And so we walked away and we said, well, let's talk to our teams. We'll talk to some of our launch team, and you can talk to your group.
And the type of music and everything just fits, and it just molds perfectly with what we're wanting to do. So we're very, very excited to see what God does.
So he had asked me, he said, well, do you guys have room for a college ministry, and do you have a possible place for us?
Thursday, I was really praying about what my position is. How do I fit in here, and what's going to be the best solution?
The very next day, I got a call around 10 o'clock in the morning. It was from Ricky, and he said, man, Steven, you got a minute? We've been praying about this.
So I call up Steven, and I kind of throw this at him. I was like, hey, what would you think if I said, if I stepped off the stage and I kind of took a back seat and really helped create the environment?
And he said, how would you feel if I stepped into a different role other than leading worship? I really feel like we have some needs in the technical director, creative director area, and I think I might be uniquely qualified to meet some of those needs.
I think it took Stephen a little off guard, and when I said it, and because one of the questions he asked me was, are you really okay with that?
When he said that, he didn't know this, but I just started sort of weeping. I thought, this is just really odd. This guy, we've been serving together for 11 years. Why would he want to step down? But we had been praying, and he had been praying, and somehow just felt this was God's timing.
I really had this overwhelming piece of I need to step into that position. I need to become that technical and artistic director and help that vision work.
I shared the story of Anthony, this guy that has a worship band and a couple of albums out, and they're looking for a place to serve. And I said, I don't know if this guy would be interested or not, but this guy did connect with me yesterday. Maybe we should meet with him and talk with him and whatever.
Then we had him come over on Sunday morning, and I really connected with him as well.
Well, over the last week, we have connected deeply with Anthony and Sarah, his wife, also with a number of other people on their team, the band that you just heard some from, and we'll be hearing more from them shortly. And they are praying about coming alongside us and becoming part of our new church.
I saw a video of the pastor, which was trying to come up with a name, and there was all kinds of different things.
But a really peculiar thing was we've been talking about what to name the new church, and a name that kept coming up repeatedly was the name Elevate. Elevate Church. And the reason is because we're focusing on raising up leaders, raising up godly leaders, and sending them off into ministry.
What do you think the new name for the church should be?
Elevate.
Why?
It was a vocabulary word on my spelling list. Elevate means to raise, and we're raising up leaders.
The college ministry that we have going on is also called Elevate.
We just thought that was just too much to be a coincidence.